Dov, a very good morning to you, and thank you very much for your time. So how exactly would we say entrepreneurs need to think of different ways to make sure that they survive this pandemic? Because, of course, the effects of it will still be felt as well beyond the pandemic.
Yeah, absolutely. So thanks for having me on the show this morning. I think the real differentiator of entrepreneurs, is their ability to find opportunity in the chaos. They have what they call bouncer back ability. So they can be knocked down a few times, but they always seem to find a way to come back and, pivot their business, whatever that may look like. And I think this COVID pandemic, this 1-in-100-year pandemic, has been the perfect testing ground, really, to test the grit, resilience, and tenacity of South African entrepreneurs.
I mean, have we seen, I don't know if you have at least, businesses that have tried to start pivoting themselves and coming out of this, as I would say, Phoenix is coming out of the ashes? Have you seen the kinds of businesses that have done this so far?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've spoken about this before. We at Merchant Capital have been inspired and in awe every day, in seeing our existing customers and just general SMEs and entrepreneurs in South Africa, how they've managed to pivot their business and really just find a way to navigate through this unprecedented time. I guess there's been some anecdotal examples, which I'm happy to talk through, but, we've seen it all the time. Our local restaurant just up the road from us, they obviously were closed in the non-essential business levels of lockdown, and they got an essential business license to be almost like a grocery or a deli store. And they opened up, and from a week later, they were trading under a different name, selling different products, and people were going there to buy their essentials. And that business kind of just grew organically as more and more requirements and customers kept on coming to the business. So there was a perfect example of a business that, in all intents and purposes should have been shut down, but they just found a way to pivot and innovate their product offering to their customers.
The economy is in need of desperate rejuvenation, Dov, and of course, government has been calling on businesses to just make sure, as you're saying now, that you just need to come out of this chaos, find a way, a different way, a creative way perhaps, of making sure that your business can contribute and help our economy get back to its strength. Where exactly can the opportunities be found? When an entrepreneur is listening to us right now and they're asking themselves, where exactly are the opportunities in an economy that was already just yesterday, was further put into junk status by the ratings agencies? So how exactly do you get to inspire or encourage an entrepreneur who's not seeing any opportunities at the moment?
Yeah, I think your point is exactly right. Unfortunately for us as the South African entrepreneurial community, we went into this with already on our knees. So there were a lot of marginal businesses pre-COVID, and naturally the COVID pandemic kind of just pushed those over the edge. So I think those businesses, would have been in trouble in any event. So I won't really talk about those, but it's really the businesses that have, a great core product offering, have managed to look after their staff, have managed to conserve cash in any way whatsoever, and whether that's negotiating with landlords or lenders or insurance companies, wherever they can try and save money, just to try and give them enough solvency and liquidity to be able to navigate time when your revenue was either reduced to zero or was, had dropped significantly. And really the point being, and without to sound too cliche, because everybody's talking about going online and e-commerce, but there's something to it, right? So I think South Africa was nascent in the e-commerce world if you compare us to other developing or global economies. And COVID was kind of the catalyst that pushed those businesses that were sitting on the fence whether they should open an online offering over the edge. So that was kind of a non-negotiable, because people couldn't leave their home, but the increase and the cadence in online shopping and the engagement and acceptance of customers to shop online was increased significantly. So I think that is one way, if possible, if your business can go online and you can sell products online, then that would be an easy place to start.
Dov, thank you very much for your time this morning.